In today's new normal, workers prefer the option of a hybrid work from home model even after offices reopen. McKinsey Global Institute's Future of Work After COVID-19 report estimates that even after vaccines are fully rolled out and workplaces return to the new normal, 22% of US jobs could be done remotely from 3 to 5 days a week, while 17% of jobs could be done remotely 1 to 3 days a week without loss of productivity. Let's listen to Steve's take on these trends and the opportunities today's new normal brings for HR and security.
Well, I think, obviously one of the biggest trends is this move to more remote, flexible, hybrid work models, which, we have to be clear, what we're living the last 12 months is not normal remote work. It's physical isolation. But coming back, what's really clear is people don't want to go back to the commuting every day just to commute every day. It didn't really make sense. So people are looking forward to a much more flexible use of space. At the same time, bringing people together is really important, but this raises a couple major security issues. One, security in a remote work environment is different when you have people, increasingly working out of their home, and how do you handle that? But on the physical side of it, you don't have everyone coming into the same office every day. It's almost more like you're managing hotel lobbies, right? There's different people there each day, different people coming and going, and finding a way to manage the security that poses, but also making sure that you don't do it in a way that makes people feel like they don't belong, because nothing says I don't belong here more than a locked door. Actually, one of the things that's happened in the last 12 months is belonging has become one of the most important things driving engagement and retention. And this is really important too in a remote world. It's far easier to change jobs. You can now change companies without changing addresses. And so we're likely to see a lot of turnover. Every prediction is we're going to see lots of turnover. So the connection is, how do we make people feel more connected and belonging? Now, one of the really interesting things with this move to remote work is that employees that didn't work in corporate feel more connected in their companies than they did before, because it wasn't based on where you sit. It's based on who you interact with. At the same time, we know from research on virtual work, and virtual work, remember, is not new. It may be new to a lot of people, but we've been studying it in psychology for over 20 years. What we know is in-person meetings are really important to create a strong connection. That doesn't mean we need to meet every day, but it is important that when we come, that we do come together periodically. And when we come together, we need to make sure it's a really inviting experience. Going back to what I said, I've worked remotely for most of my career. It doesn't feel good when you go into a company and you're with a bunch of other people and you're all going to the door to get lunch, and all of a sudden you go into the cafeteria and you're locked outside. That creates a very bad feeling. At the same time, we do need to manage security, so how we link together HR technology with security technologies are important for that sense of belonging at a tactical level. It's also really interesting in the data it provides us around how people are using space, because now we're going to be able to, by linking these things together, understand who is in the office, not just, when they're there, the work function they're in. So we're going beyond just managing security to understanding how the workforce is using space to collaborate, which has really big impacts on how we design organizations, how we bring people together, and how we design offices.